Hello, I'm Henry, and welcome back to Tiny Tank Tournament. This is match 3 of the secondary bracket of the second round, in which Gear is facing off against Skullsploder. Gear's entry consists of the Operator A and Operator B, which are identical except for AI. They have the highest aesthetic score in this tournament, with 10 points, which is the maximum possible, and they have a ton of mimics. They are replicas of the Russian T-34 tank, and I don't know what else to say. They look amazing. They've got a decent gun, 179mm and 5.5 rounds per minute. And yeah, that's about it. He lost his first match against Jiyoshi, which was mainly because one of his tanks decided to run away. Other than that, neither side took much damage, because they were both set up to stay at long range, meaning that the terrain stopped them from shooting at each other. He then won his second match against Lukeya quite decisively. Skullsploder's entry consists of two of these T10A TD2 150 Carvers, which have a pretty devastating main gun. As you can see here, the main gun takes up most of the interior space in this tank. And as you can also see here, it has quite a bit of armor, with one layer of metal and one layer of applique on the sides, on the front. Oh, and the front also has this metal shield. And the back has just one layer of metal, but it's also got this anti-flipping device thing that also provides a bit of protection. And it is completely breadboard controlled. Oh, and I forgot to mention, Gear's entry is also completely breadboard controlled. His team absolutely curb-stomped 3D Wrecker's tankettes in the first match, and then in his second match, he got curb-stomped in turn by Harness's French tanks. So with the introductions over, 3, 2, 1, let a battle begin. Both sides firing immediately and missing because of the hill. Skullsploder's tanks are designed to stay at quite long range, but they are moving. All of Gear's tanks have... no, never mind, only 3? I think that one also crashed, but it has broken free. 3 of Gear's tanks have crashed into each other. I can't remember how far Gear's tanks are supposed to be from the enemy. Hang on, let me check. Both sides are set up to stay at quite long range, so neither side can hit the other. I'm just gonna fast forward until something happens. A bit of friendly fire there. One of the operators has taken 3% damage, but nothing important. One of the operators has flipped over. Doesn't really make much of a difference though, because neither side can hit the other. Oh, it's been flipped back over because one of the other operators has crashed into it. Oh, one of the operators is now being disqualified. I think it's this one. But it's now back in range, so that's not gonna happen. Oh wait, no. It's gaining more DQ points. And it stopped. It's now heading back towards the battle, so it's probably not gonna be disqualified. "30 seconds left. If neither side does any major damage in the 20 seconds remaining, then this match might end in a tie. Wait, no, not a tie, because there's also the bonus points to take into consideration. Wait, what? Oh! I have no clue what happened there, but one of the Carvers has taken 5% damage. Oh, and the match is over now. Gear has more HP than Skullsploder, and he also has more bonus points than Skullsploder, so he wins the first match. Now, onto round 2. As always, the two teams have switched sides. Without further ado, fight! Again, both sides fire immediately, but they just hit the hill. And two of the operators have crashed into each other. The third one narrowly misses. I think that... What? It almost flips over, but then somehow manages to right itself even though it was already on its side. Anyways, the two operators that crashed into each other have now split apart, and almost crashes into the other operator. Meanwhile, the Carvers are mostly staying still and just firing off into the distance. Well, into the side of the hill. I'm gonna fast forward this again. Oh, one of the operators has flipped over and is now gaining DQ points. And now it's despawned. Yeah. That's happened. Oh, and two more of the operators are gaining DQ points. The one with 12 DQ points, I have no clue which one that... I think it's that one, has now stopped. But this one's on its side, and so it can't get closer to the enemy. So unless the Carvers get closer, it's gonna despawn in 2, 1, and there it goes. Unless the operators do a ton of damage, and the third operator has now despawned. Unless this last remaining operator manages to do a ton of damage in the remaining 2.5 minutes, this match will probably go to Skullsploder. And it's probably not going to do that since it's still shooting at the hill. Oh. And the two Carvers have also started being disqualified from being too far away. And so has the last remaining operator. The operator actually has fewer DQ points than the Carver, so... What did I just witness? So, that happened. I guess Gear wins round 2, so he is now moving on into round 3 of this tournament, while Skullsploder has been eliminated. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching.